Curious and welcome back. This is a happy day for all royal enthusiasts as the day has finally come that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had welcomed their baby daughter. From the beginning that the pregnancy was announced up to the day this little one came into the world, there have been controversies and people criticising the couple's decisions and actions, especially since the very announcement had broken royal protocol where pregnancies are concerned. How else would have Markle's pregnancy differed from the other royal ones? What do we know about the new addition to their family? Could Archie's little sister have a title, or will she be left out just like her brother? And could this couple really have been members of the Church of Scientology? Stay with us until the very end to find out all the latest news. But before we continue, don't forget to turn on the notifications and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Finally, royal fans had been given the news that they had eagerly been waiting for. Meghan Markle had given birth to her and Prince Harry's second child, a daughter, which they had named Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor. According to the statement released by the couple on Sunday, June 6th, she was born on Friday, June 4th at 11:40 a.m. local time at the Santa Barbara Cottage Hospital in Santa Barbara, California. The happy news was initially announced by the couple press secretary as well as on the Archwell website, as well as the official pages of the royal family. But prior to this happy day, how much different was the pregnancy for Markle than other royal pregnancies had been? For starters, the fact that we are still in a global pandemic is something that needs to be taken into consideration, but also the fact that the two had now stepped down from the position as senior royals and left the royal family, so all in all, it is not necessary for the pair to have to follow royal protocol when it comes to pregnancies. However, at the same time, during this pregnancy, Markle had rarely been seen out in public. This could be attributed to, as we mentioned above, the pandemic, as well as the fact that the Duchess revealed last year she suffered a miscarriage, so it very well might be she is trying to take things easy and make sure both she and the baby are healthy and safe. If you want to know more about what she had said in her revelations, then be sure to check out our previous video. But for now, stay with us to find out more about the course of Markle's pregnancy. While she was rarely seen in public, most recently she was seen just after Prince Harry's return from his grandfather's funeral, where paparazzi had photographed her with Archie. And here there was some talk as well. Her outfit was criticised, and do you know why? Because she wore flat shoes. Yes, curious. Because of her shoes. Internet users had been pitting Markle against Middleton and other women in the royal family for some time now, so it really wasn't that much of a surprise when internet users had some things to say about Markle's flats, compared to the fact that Kate had worn heels throughout all three of her pregnancies. Some had even brought up Zara Tindall and the fact that she was pregnant while attending Meghan and Harry's wedding, she still turned up wearing impressive stiletto heels. And all this over a pair of shoes. Though going back to protocols, one rule that we know the pair had followed is that the Queen and the royal family were the first to know about the pregnancy prior to the news being revealed to the public. Following the Sussex's announcement, royal correspondent Victoria Arbiter appeared as a guest on Good Morning Britain, in which she revealed that despite the rumours that Buckingham Palace was caught unaware by the announcement, they had in fact told the Queen and the family prior to making the news public. But with the birth of Lilibet, it seems that the royal family was first to know, as People magazine reported that Queen Elizabeth and other senior royals, including Prince Charles, Camilla, Prince William and Kate Middleton, were said to be delighted upon hearing the news. And while that is quite normal to let your family know about such things, it had also broken some rules with the announcement itself. Usually, royal family members announce the pregnancy around the 12-week mark, though the royal commentator Dickie Arbiter had pointed out that the couple waited a bit longer in light of the fact Markle miscarried last year in July and that they wanted to be 100% sure everything would be alright before letting the whole world know. Some pointed out that Valentine's Day announcement came exactly 37 years after Princess Diana told the press she was expecting Harry, but Arbiter reckons that was just coincidence. What do you think, Curious? Of course, there was also the bombshell that they had dropped during the interview with Oprah, in which they had revealed that they were expecting a girl. This is something that surprised many, as usually the gender of the baby is revealed during the official announcement that followed the birth. Though this is another thing that was different with the most recent announcement, as they were no longer in the United Kingdom, or senior members of the family, so in reality they could choose whatever worked best for them in terms of welcoming the newest addition to their family into this world. However, that did not stop plenty of rumours around what their plans prior to this day were. As some of you royal enthusiasts might be aware, in the weeks leading up to Lilibet's birth, there had been plenty of speculations about what birthing plans the pair had. One of the most talked about was the silent birth. According to the New Idea magazine, Markle wants to give birth to her daughter in the comfort of her own house so that the child will be born in a peaceful atmosphere. According to the tabloid informant, the Duchess will opt for a silent birth and only her midwife and husband will be present. But now this is a method that is most commonly used among Scientologists, as they believe that women should give birth in absolute silence in order not to burden the child with negative energy. And so the rule of silence applies to everyone who is present, which also includes the mother. Such a method was also used by Katie Holmes when she gave birth to her daughter Suri, whose father is Scientology's poster boy Tom Cruise. Though where his teenage daughter is concerned, why not check out our previous video to find out if the church is keeping the Mission Impossible actor away from Suri by clicking on the link above. But that in itself wasn't all that shocking to royal fans, as the facts, as the publication stated, members of the Church of Scientology are very keen to get the couple into their ranks. According to the LA-based insider, there is a huge property used by the church in Ventura, which is not far from where the Sussexes live in Montecito, and that allegedly the leaders are excited to show it to the royal pair. Though a funny thing was that a source close to Harry, who has known him for the past 10 years, told New Idea that when he moved to LA, everyone was joking that they would get into Hollywood stuff like Scientology and crystal healing. Do you think it's true that the two of them are being invited to join the church? Though other speculations that had circulated the web for the past few months had also been, what would the baby's name be? There had been many names, with the most popular predictions being either Diana in honor of Harry's mother or Elizabeth in honor of his grandmother. Though many were speculating that if the couple decided to honor the two women, they will give one or both of the names, just like Princess Charlotte as the middle names. Well, here we can say that they were somewhat right. Though now that Prince Philip had passed away, many had also been calling for Harry to name his daughter in honor of his grandfather. The name Philippa had actually been growing on the list of names that people had been suggesting the couple choose. But what is the significance of the name that she was given? As the couple said in their statement, Lili is named after her great-grandmother, Her Majesty the Queen, whose family nickname is Lilibet. Her middle name, Diana, was chosen to honour her beloved late grandmother, the Princess of Wales. Another question that had been plaguing people's minds was whether little Lilibet will have a royal title or go without one like her older brother Archie has. And while that is not something that has been confirmed by palace sources or the family themselves, it could be assumed that she won't have one. At first it was announced Archie didn't have a title such as Earl or Lord so that he could have a fairly normal upbringing, while during the explosive Oprah interview it was speculated that the reason Archie won't have a title of Prince or Security was due to the debated colour of his skin. Though the truth is much different, and it goes to a 1917 letter in which George V declared that the great-grandchildren of the monarch would no longer be princes or princesses. This does not take into consideration the children of Prince William, as they are the closest in line of succession after their father. Given that Lili is now 8th in line of succession right behind her older brother, it is highly likely that she won't have a title either. However, according to the Metro newspaper, the Mountbatten siblings could receive his or her Royal Highness titles when Prince Charles becomes king. However, there had been other topics of conversation surrounding the Sussex children, and maybe not such a nice one, and this with regards to what would happen should their parents divorce. For a while now, sources have been telling tabloids that they reckon a split between Meghan and Harry is inevitable, and while that is just pure gossip, it does bring up the question of what would happen. Well, according to royal expert Marlene King, it is the sovereign that has legal custody of many grandchildren, and here we assume that this would also extend to great-grandchildren. As Marlene had stated, it goes back to King George I, who had ruled in the early 1700s, and the law had never been changed. So technically this would mean that Meghan and Harry wouldn't need to battle it out in courts over custody. However, given the fact that they left the royal family and had been doing things their own way, it is something that we won't know what it looks like until it would happen. And so curious, what are your thoughts on the name that the Sussexes had given their daughter? Do you think it is a fitting tribute? And what do you think could happen with the children should the two ever divorce? Let us know in the comments below, and as always don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. Until next time.